Alright guys, today we will be practicing multiplying fractions, but we're going to be using what we already know about adding fractions. We're going to do repeated addition as multiplication. Okay. Which one would you rather? And why? I want you to pause the video, choose which letter you would want, and have a reason why. Write your answer down in your notebook and share it, then share it with someone in your home. Pause the video. Okay. We have been adding and subtracting fractions. We've learned how to use models and the number line in order to add and subtract fractions. Today, I'm going to think aloud about what I have learned to solve a problem. As a mathematician, I know I can use models to help me. Okay. Lawrenceville had 2/3 inches of rain in each month of August, September, and October. How much rain did Lawrenceville get in those 3 months? So we see Lawrenceville had 2/3 of rain in August, 2/3 of rain in September, and 2/3 rain in October. So if we look at this, I see the number 2/3, it repeats 3 times. So as repeated addition, I would write 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3. But since we are learning multiplication, and I know if I use the same number 3 times, that means 3 times 2/3. And I will use my fraction tiles to measure. So I have 2/3, 2/3, and then another 2/3. So altogether I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2/3. Okay? So if I do, I know 3/3 is a whole, so here is 3/3, and then I'm going to put this model together and I have 3/3, so I'm going to end up with 2. Okay, so I have to remember what makes a whole. I also have to remember that 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3 is the same as saying 3 times 2/3, which gave me 6/3. All of these. And then I had this one. And if I was drawing this model, this is what the model would look like if I drew it. I would draw 3 rectangles. 1, 2, 3. I would split them up into thirds, which means I'm going to have 2 lines for each. So here's 1/3, 2/3, 1/3, 2/3, 1, 2. Well, when I look at this, they're all split up. I can't really see that they're 2 wholes. So I'm going to create my 3 rectangles again. And instead of leaving a space, I'm actually going to keep them all close together. So 1, 2, that's for this one. 1, 2, that's for this one. 1, 2, that's for this one. So I don't really need this one. I don't need this model. So I'm left with 2. So 2/3 plus 2/3 plus 2/3 is equal to 3 times 2/3, which is equal to 2. Pause the video, write down all of your notes for this. Please draw the models and the equations that I've written. Pause the video. So when we solved this problem, Lawrenceville had 2 inches of rain for the months of August, September, and October. Here's a problem for you. Snellville received 1/3 inch of rain in each month for January through April. How much rain fell in Snellville altogether from January through April? Turn and share with someone in your home. Tell them, what equation would you or could you use to solve this problem? Pause the video and turn and talk to someone. All right, guys, now we're going to solve it. I want you to pause the video and solve the problem. Okay, if we solve it, it will look 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3, 1/3 for January, 1/3 for February, 1/3 for March, 1/3 for April, which would give us 4/3, which is equal to 1 1/3. You should have created your models. If you had created your models, this is what you should have done. You should have a model for January, February, March, and April, each showing 1/3 of rain. Well, we can't really tell, so we need to redo the model so we can see if we have any holes. So we have 1/3 for this one, 1/3 for this one, 1/3 for this one. So that makes us have 1 hole, and this model shows we have 1/3. So we can put this model down here. So your answer for this problem is 1 1/3. You saw how we did it with repeated addition. You saw how we just showed you with models. Today you will practice multiplying fractions in whole numbers and writing equations to represent a situation. Before you go, try this problem. Multiply 4 times 3/4. Please show your work in your notebook. I will look forward to seeing these on Friday. Happy multiplying fractions!